What happened you never forget. The next Holocaust on our doorstep, waiting for people to wake up like they overslept. A side effect of the censorship industrial complex going unchecked. Countless nations put in distress, where our leaders treat it like a big game of fucking chess. This time it's millions in Gaza that are oppressed, dealing with severe neglect, and Zionists know how to deflect, and they know how to project, but the fact is they've overstepped. They allowed October 7th to happen when they could have intercepted it. It was actually expected. Hamas openly threatening all-out war before the attack was directed. Israel preparing AI drones for all-out war in July reflects it. But they wanted a pretext for what otherwise would have not been accepted. Try researching the truth before you object to it. Israeli and Egyptian intelligence was warning of an imminent attack, yet Israel did nothing to prevent it, and that's just a fact. How does that track? Israeli intelligence official threatened with court-martial for continuing to warn of an impending assault? Look, I'm not saying Hamas isn't at fault. I'm saying the 5-year-old picking his family's body parts up isn't. Innocence of the individual's default. You gotta question what they feeding you. Low-level Israeli personnel have gone to the media. For months they were begging their superiors, please take us serious. Why aren't you hearing us? Here's intelligence of Hamas planning a border attack. Yet Israeli leadership ignored not one, not two, not three, not four, but many Israeli soldiers and intel agents offering detailed indications of what was about to go down at the border, yet it was all slammed down in short order, as if leadership wanted an opportunity for retaliation, the fingerprints of a quote-unquote intelligence stand-down. Next thing you know, they're bombing humanitarian corridors, stealing organs, or activities that are not proportional. What you bombing orphans for? Sick of people pretending the deck wasn't stacked, but the egg's already cracked. Bunch of genocidal maniacs leading the world off track, playing victim while they relentlessly attack. 2 million civilians in 100 square miles? Don't give me that Holocaust denial. I'm waiting for another Nuremberg trial. Living in ghettos while constant explosions echo. Even pundits and stilettos on TV are breaking rank and file. I don't care if you're a Jewish or Gentile. You should have a right to live in your home and not be exiled. I don't know how this shit will be reconciled. I don't know what comes next, but I'm afraid many more will die unless we face our neglect. The US holds the power. It's our weapons, our tax dollars paying for this mess. What's happening in Gaza is the opposite of blessed, and by assisting them we are damned, complicit in ethnic cleansing. That's the essence, no matter how you dress it. Wiping entire fams stuck in razor wire fencing. Casualties are 40%, adolescents. Guilty of being born on some land that Israel now demands, and where they will stop is just anyone's guessing, but they seem to want to eradicate the Palestinian presence so they can get to more illegal settling. And you know, using white phosphorus on civilian areas is banned, but that didn't stop a UN school among others from being slammed. It's unsettling. Blatant war crimes going on with US weapons, isn't that just grand? Whole situation's fucking damned. Fuck the man and fuck the Zionist plans. The Greater Israel Project was a motive for a false flag, or rather an intelligence stand down. Not saying Israel had the attack planned out, but they did have the attack plans. Wow. Even Israelis don't believe that Hamas caught the IDF off guard with their pants down, and we have IDF personnel blowing the whistle. And I know this will be met with some vitriol, but if the shoe fits, it was a pretext for everything that came next. Look, it isn't hard. Israeli leadership wanted an excuse for the Palestinians to starve. Mission critical. They wanted to be able to scream man down. We know leadership sat on detailed blueprints of the attack for a year and did nothing. Some damn clowns. What Americans don't understand about this is it's expediting the collapse that is at hand. The breakdown of our relations with the rest of the world is so predictable that too might as well be planned. The question is how fast the US empire crumbles into the sand. How fast does it fall? And those who go along with it all, or even assist, will ask after, how did this happen? And act all appalled while people like me were throwing fits trying to show people the writing on the wall. And look, but before things get bad enough, we'll continue to let pedophile war criminals run the show. I'm talking Masado and politicians calling the Epstein honeypot, in case you don't know. And what's the result? The US financing the Zionist cult. Another genocide where nearly more children are dying than adults. An indiscriminate bombing Biden refuses to halt. We say we don't condone intentional killing of civilians, but we do it all the goddamn time, dealing with millions. And to get comparative, 3,000 died in 9/11 and we appropriately call it terrorism. But 1 million died in Iraq and it's called collateral damage because that's the linguistics that fits the narrative. I'm appalled it's gone on this long. I'm telling you it's imperative that we get our shit together as a country if we care for it. Because you look at the pollings, look at the international perception of Americans, and this whole business of ethnic cleansing will just expedite the reckoning of the US hegemon as BRICS rises to growing global prevalence. If you don't care about the ethics and the lives of other people, then think about it from another agenda, historical and personal relevance. I'm telling you, I can point to the evidence. The way we were so quick to deploy weapons doesn't make us safer. It just enriches the corporations and the bankers, and the global south continues to grow to hate us, and a growing portion of the world wants to erase us, like Israel does to Gaza. So where does that place us? Not sure it's advantageous. We're on a highway to hell and electing speed racists. Assange is in jail because war is peace and the truth is fallacious. First they came for the Palestinians and we did not speak out because we were not the Gazans, so it didn't faze us. Then they came for the Arabs and we did not speak out because we were not Arab. But then eventually they came for us and there was no one left to speak for us. We learned about the stages of genocide in school, and I'm not trying to be alarmist, but look them up, it's quite remarkable. I'm astonished, the parallels going on, the latter stages of genocide now going strong. No wonder America's reputation is tarnished. I can't help but feel responsible as an American paying for the carnage. And if you try to avoid complicity, you get your wages garnished. If you care, speak out, use your voice, help lift the curtain. You have a choice because the Palestinians are getting fucking slaughtered, and nothing will fix it other than public consciousness being drastically altered. That's for certain. Do you want to be the ashamed post-World War II German who stood by as Nazis determined Jewish Persians had to be shoved into urban ghettos before their excursions to die? Imagine the burden knowing you made no exertion, and I'm sorry for the sermon, but I can't help the subversion. I'm sick of the coercion. Shit's been weighing on me lately. I wake up and document war crimes each day waiting for it to end, but it somehow worsens. Now it's Yemen too, and they've been starving, been hurting. One final reassertion. This genocide will continue unless America stops backing Israel, where a larger war breaks out and creates a power inversion. For God's sake, I hope peace can be made and it's not too late, because I suspect our fate as a state is tied to our ability to set things straight. I know everybody has a lot on their plate, but if democracy is of any value, you'd think a people could stop a genocide before it's too late.